Hello there again, Sid Reynolds here, the entrepreneurial pastor, and I'm going to talk to you today about retention and the idea about retaining people in your organization, your network marketing business, your affiliate marketing business, whatever business you happen to be involved in, or ministry that you happen to be engaged in. Retaining the right people is a very, very big part of how we succeed in the long term. Because again, you want to have people that start with you to end up with you. Not everybody's going to end up with you, but you'll have some that will stick and stay for the duration. And have you ever thought about this when you are trying to recruit people or engage people in your organization? They get excited about it and they're motivated for the moment. They get started and they never get started. Okay, that's happened to me many a times as well. But over the years, I've discovered some things that help me to retain people as part of organizations that I'm involved in, some of the nonprofit organizations I'm engaged with, as well as for-profit organizations. I've got customers that are retained on an ongoing basis. And how I do that, I'm going to give you 3 basic points about how we do that. So hopefully that'll apply to your business and or ministry or the opportunity that you're engaged with yourself. So here we go. Number 1 would be communicate. Of course, you understand communication is a big part of our any business that you happen to be engaged with or any ministry as well. And communicate, 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 communicate. Even to the point where you think that you're over communicating, communicate more. Because again, people are really a lot of stuff going on today. There's a lot of things going on in people's lives, and people that we have a chance to, if we have a chance to enter their mind with our message, let us be the one that not takes over their mind, but be the one that's right at the forefront of their mind. And if our organization is something that's of value to them, and they say that it has been, because again, they wouldn't even be involved with you if they chose not to. Say, for instance, you're involved in network marketing. Someone has decided to join you in business, and they've decided to be in business for themselves, and they're excited about it, they get motivated about it, and they get started, but they never get started. Well, communicate, 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 because hear this, even though they may have joined you, they probably weren't ready to launch just yet. And what I mean by that is that they weren't ready to get really fully engaged because we probably didn't do as much research as we needed to do, called communication, and communicating with them enough on the front end to determine where they would start at when they actually got started with you. So again, communication is very vital before you actually get people engaged, or before people are actually involved with you to any degree. Communicate on the front end, so you don't, and then communicate when they join, and they can continue to communicate so that they stick around. And again, those folks that are not going to launch right away, don't dissuade them from joining you. Encourage them to join you, but continue to communicate, because they're also going to be doing the second thing, which is, I say, to be users of the product. User of the product or service, whichever it happens to be. If they're a Bible reader or Christian, read the Bible, okay? If you're a person that's going to be involved in the life of a church, come to church. I mean, use them. Use the services that are available to the people. I talk about that perspective because that's what, how I keep people engaged in our congregation. Congregational wise, I have people communicate. I communicate to people about being a church, about ministering outside their homes, but also continually coming to church to get fed and built up, and fed with the Word of God, of course. And so we're helping to keep people built up by communicating, but also using the times that they have available to them regarding the services that we provide as a church. And then beyond that, we have other services outside Sunday morning. Now, if you happen to be in business for yourself, or you have somebody that's on your staff, have them be users of their time effectively. I use that word "use" because the area of network marketing, for instance, you probably heard us say, I've been teaching on this before: use, recommend, and sponsor. And the area of using a product keeps people engaged as well. So we want to help people stay engaged by helping them to use the product as well as a continual basis. Now, when folks are using products, using their service times, using the opportunities that they have available to them, the things that we provide for them, they are really getting connected. They're really getting connected. They're getting a personal relationship with the product, a personal relationship coming and hanging out with other folks that happen to be part of a church service, for instance, a personal relationship having to go to a business meeting together. So using the products or services or the opportunities being available by the leader. So as a leader, again, we have number 1, we got to communicate and continue to communicate from the very beginning of the time we meet them. That's where our text messages, our audios that we put out, the video that we put out, the personal phone calls that we make, anything, email that we send out, posts that we do on Facebook or Twitter, or anything that we're doing, communicate, communicate, communicate. And if you can do anything to make sure that they receive the communication, they're communicating back with you as well. That's important. And then, of course, using products or services or opportunities to the benefit of the individual. And it's up to the leader to make those opportunities available, to make those services available, such as a church services situation like that, or make the products available to people that are actually being involved with the product that you happen to offer. And just have them use the product. And, of course, if I'm a communicator, I'm going to continue to communicate and express communication and want communication from my people that are involved with me. Then secondly, I'm going to want to express that I use the product. I use it to the benefit of it, and then this leads to the third area, that's testimonials. So testimonials are really strong. You see testimonials everywhere about products and services all the time. And the reason that businesses promote testimonials so much is because they're really getting believable stories from people that are actually using the product that they've been communicated to by somebody else about. So again, you can see where the things work together. So most people do this. Most people communicate, but they don't do it enough. Most people use the product, but they don't testify about it. So we've got three things that are happening, but it has to happen to the degree that it's going to be more of it. And so again, more communication, more using of the product and actually talking about the product. The actual usage of the product is enough. Okay, you don't have to go out and buy all the products of your company or come to every service that the church now has, but at least be a one that has a testimony developed as a result of your use of the product, service, or opportunity. And as we do that, then that's how we retain a group of people that are going to be with us, an individual that's going to be with us. And so again, that's how I go about doing retaining people that are part of our organization I'm engaged with. And again, I don't keep everybody with me. Not everybody stays around because sometimes you have to release them as well to be able to go and do what they want to do in life. But on the front end, again, I keep stressing the biggest thing here is communication. And as communication actually happens, there have been people that have gotten me engaged by the way. They've got me engaged in businesses that I've wanted to be involved in, but they didn't communicate with me enough to determine what I was doing in my life. Didn't communicate with me enough to understand exactly where I was at the stage of my life and what was most important to me in my life. So again, I stress that with people now that when I find out what's most important in their life, and if our business or ministry opportunity fits with them, I'll find a way to communicate that and then I'll provide an opportunity, I'll provide a product or service that helps them make their life better for the area of the concern they really have. So if I had that available to them, I make that available. So that's as an entrepreneur and a pastor, I have a chance to do that with people in various kinds of ways. So again, communicate. Number one, do it a lot. Over and over again, communicate. Use the product, service, or opportunity for your own personal benefit, but also for the benefit of those that are involved with you. Communicate to them to use it. Use product, service, or opportunity. And then thirdly, you provide the product, service, and opportunity, by the way, as a leader. And then thirdly, testimonies. Get testimonies from people. Matter of fact, share testimonies and receive testimonies. You got a testimonial? Share that testimonial. I've got some great testimonies of my own that I share. You'll probably have seen some of those online. And then I've got testimonies of other people that I share. It is. There are people that have bought my products that I have online. I have some products online, and they share testimonies about it. I don't unsolicited testimonies are the best ones because people are saying, "Thank you so much for providing this wonderful service to me. You made my life a lot easier." Those kind of things. When I do advertising, people say, I put advertising out. People say to me, "Thank you for providing such affordable advertising. It's making my online business success a lot easier coming." That's someone we do. So it's just a testimonial. It's not just a testimony. It's a testimony that it brings other customers is what it does. So I'm excited about that. So again, guys, this is a wonderful opportunity for you to begin to go out and find out how you can retain people in your business and or ministry or organization that you happen to be involved with. It doesn't make a difference what you happen to be doing. You're always going to be working with people. And people that we have around us, we want to have them around us with us as long as we can, especially if we have people that are going to be producing for the benefit of our organization and for themselves as well. So again, that's a real short teaching on that for you. I want to give you a little short training or teaching, whatever you want to call that. But we want to get some information out to you today that will really bless your heart. Okay, we'll see you around. Have a great day. We'll see you.